Protests this week in Henry and Gwinnett counties over services for special needs students have sparked a lot of conversation. We talk with parents who say their kids won't be able to get the services they need, like speech and physical therapy, while learning online. Cheryl, it is one of the most talked about stories on our Facebook page with more than 300 comments. And like always, when it comes to these conversations about schools and the pandemic, a lot of layers here.
Yeah, I spent some time reading through those comments, Aisha. Some people really seeing the challenges these parents of special needs children are facing. And then in some of those comments, you saw people who are not at all sympathetic saying they've got to find a way to cope with the hand that's been dealt to them. Here's one of those examples. This person saying she feels like parents are trying to push their responsibilities onto teachers. She thinks things have changed for everyone because of the pandemic and parents should deal with it really the best that they can. But Evelyn says she really sees both sides. She worked with her special needs grandson for 2 weeks of virtual learning, thought it was very difficult. She says his parents are not trying to push off responsibility to anybody. They just must have that support if they're going to support him, and they really both have to be able to work as well.
And Cheryl, Anita really sums up how difficult this time is for everyone. She says this must be so hard for parents trying to advocate for their kids and the administrators and public health officials trying to guide us through this health crisis. She says personally, she thinks keeping up with schoolwork is not as important as making sure the kids stay healthy. Interesting perspective there. Finally, we want to share this comment from a teacher. She says it's no question online learning this year needs to look different from the crisis management we saw in March. Ideally, she would always teach in the classroom, but not all teachers can do that. She says this really hurts her heart, and she's hoping for a better solution that works for everyone. We just really hope that
I'm
this
glad
works
we heard
out.
from a teacher, because after our teacher, after we had this story yesterday, Aisha, I was really thinking about it. I reached out to a friend of mine who's a special education teacher, and she said, these kids have such a wide range of needs. Some of them aren't very verbal. Some of them really even struggle in person in the classroom. She said, we don't know the answers, but they have a group text going of a couple dozen teachers because they're trying to find ways to do it the best they can in this situation that we're all going through together right now.
Here's what I took away from it. It should inspire all of us to get this under control with doing whatever we can do, like wearing a mask, staying home,
yes,
social distancing, so we can put this to bed as soon as possible, because so many people are impacted in these families. We're definitely thinking of them, but we can do something ourselves to help out. As always, we do want you to be a part of the conversation on our 11 Alive Facebook page. And if you want to take a look at our back to school guide for Metro Atlanta districts, just text the word school to the number you see there on your screen.